The lighting is much better at a Buc-ee's. Howdy y'all, Michael here. Today is, I have to think about it. It is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024, and I just left the Commissioner's Court for our monthly CERT training, and we had the Chief Meteorologist from Channel 4, Dan Henry, come give a presentation. He did a little bit on weather, severe weather. Where do you go? How do you handle? How do you get your information? And just some safety on that, as well as promoting his book. He's got a new book out. He said he wanted a book on North Texas weather and how severe it is. So he wrote his own because he couldn't find any. But he did a little chapter, different chapters of different subjects. He talks about the weather throughout the nation, the world, and weather and history, and it seemed like an all-encompassing book that he wrote, and he sold some books there too. But he did touch on Delta Flight 191, and I have a story with that. Back in August 2nd, 1985, I was taking my first flight ever. I was taking a United flight in a DC-10 from DFW Airport to LAX. And as we were taking off, Delta Flight 191 was crashing. So that was my very first flight ever. I was nervous as all get out. And I didn't even know about the crash until, of course, we were, after we landed at LAX. And we were with a church youth group. I was 13 years old at the time, in the 7th grade. And they, one of the youth members, this girl, she called her mom. Her mom was freaking out, and she told her mom, we're okay. We're not part of that. That's not us at all. And then it's like, why was she freaking out? And they told us an airplane crash. I'm like, no. Well, yeah. And it was one of the worst ones. And it's Delta Flight 191. Well, one of the people that flew with me, his name was Philip, and he was actually in college at the time. I was in junior high. They had college kids going along with us, kind of as sponsors. And his dad was supposed to be on Flight 191. His dad was at a conference in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and he was supposed to be in a meeting that morning. Well, he got stood up for the meeting, and he was kind of upset. He's like, man, I spent the night for this meeting, and we're not going to have it. So he called the airline, got an earlier flight, flew on home, and didn't take that flight, that infamous Flight 191. And you never know how things seem to be not so great, and then something like that happens. Thank God he didn't take that flight. And thank God I wasn't on that flight, and I wasn't on the runway when it happened. I believe we just took off, or we're in the process of taking off. So every time I hear about Delta Flight 191, that's the first time I ever flew. August 2nd, 1985, from DFW to LAX. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing it. But for now, y'all take care. Be safe.